What's going on, guys? I'm Sage. Since I covered Shinigami Explained, part of the video is just detailing how holes become hollows. It needs its own video. I hope you guys like it. Getting into the soul cycle is kind of confusing, so I'll illustrate it. Souls can be born in two places. Souls of quite a few Shinigami were born in the Rukon district, or Seirte. But also, souls can be born in people of the living world. The host bodies of these souls can be destroyed. When a person dies or is near death, their souls will leave their body and a chain is connecting the soul's chest to that of the body's. This is called the spirit's soul chain. The soul is just a manifestation at this point. Actually, if the person regains some health, the soul can even return into the host body. The problem is when the host body dies or the soul chain manages to get cut. And when this happens, the soul can turn into three variations of souls. Pluses, otherwise known as holes, Jubaki-rei and Suki-rei. Eventually, all souls get turned into hollows. Pluses will start hollowifying the soonest of the three. It's okay to see spirits like Jubaki-rei and Suki-rei, but it's a wise decision to run if you see a plus. Holes are the most volatile of them all. When Kisuke brought out Ichigo's soul and severed his soul chain, it took only 70 hours for Ichigo to start hollowfication as a plus. The very last link in the chain of fate will eat its neighboring links, slowly corroding the chain. This process is called encroachment. Pluses will actually have quite a few links left before hollowfication, and this led Ichigo to believe that he still had plenty of time before he'd begin hollowifying. The final encroachment, though, is different. All remaining links eat each other in one massive phase. The hollowfication process is fast, and there's not a whole lot to talk about. The heart of a soul melts and reforms into a hollow mask, leaving the hollow with a hole where the heart used to be. Hollow powers are a manifestation of strength from the soul's heart. That's why hollow strength and size can vary. It's also common for stronger hollows to have a greater intelligence. There's not really a lot to go on about the average hollow. I could go into menos hollows, arrancars, and visored, but I'm probably not going to do that this episode. They're all going to get their own video. So, Ichigo was a human and he needed to become a soul. And the only type of soul he could be is a plus. And pluses become hollowified. So he needed to push off the hollowfication process in order to transition to this normal soul, like you see in the Rukon district or any other soul you'd see around. And only that soul can use Ryatsu. The problem is, he didn't totally shake off the hollowfication process, and he became this overpowered Shinigami hollow hybrid god they call a visored. Back to the Shinigami's duties and life cycle of souls. On Earth, there isn't just pluses, but also Jabakure.
Jabakure.
Yeah, that. Which translates to Earthbound spirit. The title is pretty redundant. So, the spirit is bound to a specific place, obviously. Which sucks for the spirit because they can't run away like a plus can if a hollow attacks it. Other hollows can make these souls hollows too, but their soul chain is kind of long and wrapped around something, so they generally don't turn as fast as pluses. It takes months, sometimes years. Lastly, the Suki-rei. It's everything I said about the Jubakure, just attached to a person and not a place. All of these souls eventually turn into hollows, which is why it's a Shinigami's job to occupy the land of the living and search for these souls to give them kanso. Kanso is a ritual that's performed, also known as a soul burial. Kanso sends the soul from the living world to the Rukon districts by pressing the handle on their Zanpaku toe to the forehead of the soul. I'll eventually make a video explaining about the soul societies. Society? The two types of attachment souls, Jubaki-rei and Suki-rei, are, as previously discussed, reject kanso until you lift the feelings that kept them stuck to that person or place that they're attached to. When a hollow is killed by a Zanpaku toe, its original plus soul goes to the Soul Society along with everyone else. This is just like Kanso. It's just adding the additional process of hollow cleansing. Hollow cleansing is a big part of a Shinigami's job of regulating souls, but those who committed tragedies in life before becoming a soul or a hollow will have the gate of hell summoned during Kanso, and they'll be dragged to hell. So since killing a hollow sends the soul to the Rukongai, just like a plus would, it adds souls to the realm. During the times when large portions of hollows get cleansed, Shinigami are sent to the Rukon districts to actually reap the souls in order to maintain the ratio we talked about earlier.
It's finished. I guess this is the end. Looking back, my life has been nothing but failure. The tale of Jiraiya the Gallant.